Okay, juicers, let's talk a little bit more about Wix websites and how the Wix pages work. The home page is basically your starting page. It's the one where the URL, the basic part of your URL, will go to. And that is indicated here, up here, by the way, pages. So we clicked pages. This is a listing of the sample pages that were included in this template. And the home page has a little house right there, that little house icon. That's how you know that that's where the home page is, and that's essentially, sometimes I call it the landing page. And you can see here that there are other pages listed in the pages section. The first one is the home page. Now the second is, they're calling the portfolio. And interestingly, that is actually not a separate page on the website. That is a link to a new section on the landing page. As you can see, it's actually just below here. But for a user-friendly experience, they've had the portfolio you want this up in the menu. Everything that's here is in the menu here, unless you tell it otherwise. So this portfolio is actually a link. It's called an anchor link. And so if I click on this here, it's going to take me to that link. If it was a separate page, it would take me to the separate page. Here we go where it says, this says my work, but it's the link to the portfolio. Now they also have, as you can see here, subcategories: branding, editorial, creative. They're all a part of this portfolio section. And the way you can do that is you can just drag them where you want them to go. If for some reason you wanted all your branding, editorial, and creative to be under your home page, you would grab this, set it there, and now it's going to be, this is actually the individual page now, and that's under the home section. So if I were to go up into the home menu, you would see the drop down menu that would say branding. I don't want that. In this case, I don't want that. So you can also see here, that was probably surprising, as it surprised me a little bit just because I forgot to warn you about it. But here is, when it says portfolio, these are links to separate pages. So the editorial link goes to the editorial page. Excuse me. So I'm clicking the editorial page. Here's a whole new page where they have a gallery of images and also text. You can create that. It's wanting me to save this. Now I want to save it. It's going to give you options to add text. This is a gallery. They made it the full page. That's just how the page was designed. Here's their creative page. It's probably going to look pretty similar, yeah, which is a great idea because you want things to have a consistent look. You can see they've used the same palette of colors, the same fonts, the same style of gallery. And they did that by the way, going to that plus and adding a gallery. Let's look at branding. Now they've got the same kind of thing. So in this case, this is an overview. They've also got the contact me, which will actually take them back to the home page technically, but to this section where it was the About Me section. Again, they linked an anchor instead of a page, and then the Contact Me will take you down to the footer, again, as an anchor to the footer. So pages don't necessarily have to be actual website pages. If I wanted to add a page, I would go to my pages section and say add a page. This is where they're going to ask you, what exactly are you going to be doing? A page is just what it sounds like, a new page. The link could be just a link. Again, an anchor is a link. Or let's say your blog is on an old Blogger website and you want people to be able to link to that. You would copy that link, add it to this, and then save that. And again, that would be up in your menu. Or you can do a menu header. So again, in this case, it said portfolio, but portfolio isn't technically a link to a page. The portfolio is the heading for the 3 separate pages that go underneath it. So those are the 3 options that you will want to choose, or you have available for you to choose for your menu. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to go all the way up here so that we can watch the menu change. Right now we've got home here, portfolio here, the about me as the link here, and the contact me also is reflected up here. The reason why these three are not included is because they're hidden from the menu, not necessarily hidden from the world. You can still send people to those pages, but they're hidden from the menu. And the way you do that is by changing the dot, dot, dot. You got to go to the dot, dot, dot. It's going to take you to that page. You're going to go, I just always sort of start at the top. You can go to the page information. And on this, you say, what's this page's name? So you can call it something personally different, but you want it to, this is what it's going to show on your menu. Page's name. Do you want to hide it from the menu? This is selected. Yes. Let me see what happens if I didn't. Okay, I can't see it yet. Do you want to make this your home page? Not necessarily. We're going to go into the next section, which is called layouts. This is a standard layout, which means the header, this orange part, and the footer will show on both. Every once in a while, you're going to want to have a page that doesn't have a header or a footer. It might be a quick landing page for an event you're offering or something like that. So you can choose one of those options. Then the next section is called permissions. No restrictions means the page is open to the public and anyone can see it if they have a link to it or if you've offered a link. You can do a password protection. This might be great for clients where they're required to include a password that you've told them to access the page. Or you could do the members only, which is what I use for our More Creative Juice members. Things like the forum and the resources are behind a members only sign-in wall. So those are three options for the permissions on your page. And then we go into where you can change your SEO, which is your search engine optimization. I'm not going to show you how to do this yet, but I'm just showing you it's here so that you know. And this is where you would fill in, what's the page's title on search engines. They do a great job helping you break down the information that is suggested that you include. What's the page about? You'd want to fill all of these things out. Hide this page from search results. I doubt you want that, so you don't want to check that. What's the page URL? Maybe it's got like a weird name because you've named it in here. You can change that name, and that will be the URL that you could, again, copy and paste and use as a link or send to other people so they can come directly to that page instead of first having to go to your homepage or your landing page. And then you're going to add some keywords on here. What they're going to offer too, let me just click this up, is what it actually looks like on Google. So they've started and just done the sample. You can see that this is my URL here, and then this is that section up here that says, what's this page about? So that's what this is. This is how your page is going to show up on Google. I think that's a great feature that Wix offers, so it's really a visual and easy way to add that SEO to your web page. When you're done with that, you can click done, and that's what you're going to do for each one of your pages, and that is how you can change the different settings about each one of your pages. Now let's say I don't want to, for some reason, show the portfolio in my menu. Let's look at this. We're going to click the dot, dot, dot. I'm going to click hide, and then look, we're going to go back up, and now it's missing from the menu. That's how you can get some. There are plenty of reasons why you might not want to have all of your pages listed up in your menu. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that. And let's see. Let me also show you, let's add a page. And I'm going to show you really quickly how to add a blog to your page. I think this is the right way to do it. I'm going to do add a page here. It's giving me a chance. I'm going to write blog. Hit done. I'm not going to worry so much about all the different attributes yet. I'm going to close this down. Actually, I think you want to add a blog this way. They've got a feature here, add now, and then you can have a chance to customize it. They're probably going to make their own page. I can see it right now because it says blog here and blog here. So what I'm going to do is just click this off for a second, go back to the pages. Here's the page that I made just a second ago, just a few more seconds ago. That's the blog one. That's got nothing on it. It's waiting for me to add elements and design elements to it. I'm going to delete it because I don't need it. Delete. Are we sure? Yes, we're sure. Now we're going to go back to, again, this is a separate page. You can see I wrote it upper and lowercase. It's written up here exactly as I wrote it here. So if you want to correct that, you're going to go into the dot, dot, dot. Go into page info. What's this called? Now I'm going to capitalize it. So aesthetically, it looks like it matches the other one. Save that. Looking good up there now. And here is where they're suggesting your blog page might be and what it could look like. So these are actually two separate elements here. This is a listing of all of your blog posts. You can go in and decide how you want them listed. On my website, I've got them tiled like a mosaic. This is just one after the other. I think it's always a good idea to have smaller versions so people can kind of scan through and get a decent idea of what you blog about or what the content is. This is where you're going to manage the posts. This is where you're going to add new posts. Of course, you can change the design and the settings of this particular feature. And then they've got this as well. This is actually another feature that you can add. It's a little widget that you would add over here on blogging options. So you can do the recent posts. You can add an archive. You can add a search and add tags and whatnot and a follow. So this is a separate blog page. A lot of people feel like this needs to be on a completely separate website, and that's not true. Blog pages are where you can add content, more specific content, more in-depth content, and not overwhelm your user, but also have that available for them when they're ready to dig a little bit deeper into your website. So we're going to keep talking about all these different features we can add to your website to make it awesome. Stay tuned.